Hello and welcome back. The lunch break has happened. Now, the Diamond Creek batsmen have straight away gone out to the middle, and they've been standing there in the middle of the pitch for the last 5 minutes. Obviously, they're very eager to get on with this game and try and chase down these runs. And they've basically been waiting for the Riverside fielders to catch up to them and actually come onto the pitch, onto the field now. So obviously, despite having lost those 2 wickets in the last 3 overs, obviously Diamond Creek look rather confident that they can really give this a real good thrust. And really try to win this game. So I would say that there is about 33 overs, maybe a little bit less, maybe 30 overs. That makes sense. So 10 overs were taken from the Riverside team. So that means there would be 58 overs left in the game. But then this is the 27th over that is to be finished, which means after this over is over, and then the next one, that would mean that there is about 30 overs to go. I'm going to have to check my calculations later, but I'm pretty sure 30 overs to score about 140 runs. Here we go. First ball after lunch. All right, here we go. To finish off the over. Here we go. So I believe 2 balls left to go before the over is complete. Here we go. And tries to glance it, and they don't take the run. Top ball to start the session off. Comes into bowl, and well defended there, and that's the end of the over. It's a wicket maiden. So there's been 3 maidens in a row now. It is 71 for 4. For those of you who are wondering about the Test cricket in the Ashes, just so you know, the partnership between Cummins and Smith has still not been broken. Cummins is into the 40s, Smith has passed his 100, is onto something more. The score is about 270, which means they are about 30 runs behind England's score, which means Australia is in a great position to get a first innings lead. And Joe Root is starting to get desperate about exactly how is he supposed to break this partnership. Anyway, back to this cricket. Comes into bowl and left alone. That was the off-spinner ball, so he knew that it was, even though it was pitched out of his body, it was going to spin away. Comes into bowl and left alone again. So it's still a very attacking field. 2 slips, who are standing way too close to each other, and then a silly cover. Huge gap at cover point if he wants to try to play a square drive. And left alone. 4 fielders on the leg side, all saving 1. And left alone. Comes into bowl, and it's pulled. And the wicket! Oh no! Oh no! What a horrible, horrible shot that was. It was down the leg side. The batsman went to play the pull shot and top edged it. And in the end it was caught comfortably by square leg, which means there's been another wicket maiden. It's 71 for 5. Like, that was a very bad shot. The batsman seemed to play the balls that were going away from him, the off spinners, rather comfortably. But then, wait, is there one ball left to go in the over? Sorry, there's one ball left to go in the over. I miscounted. So, gonna see the new batsman in to face the last ball. Okay. So, slip and a silly mid on. And, oh! That caught the glove. But it was a dot ball. So that is a wicket maiden. The score is 71 for 5. So the last time runs were scored off the bat was the 24th over. 2 singles were scored, which brought the score to 71 for 2. Then the 25th over was a wicket maiden. The 26th over was a maiden, the 27th over was a wicket maiden, and now the 28th over was a wicket maiden, and now we're into the 29th over. It is 71 for 5. 3 wickets have fallen and no runs have been scored. Comes into bowl and cut, and they're going to finally get a run, and the fielder at cover gets it. So 1 run there off the bat. The score finally makes it up to 72. So 5 wickets in hand and 130 runs to win, or you could bat out the remaining 30 overs of the innings to save the game. Comes into bowl. Oh, it's a drop catch. The outside edge. He was drawn into the shot. His bat went way away from his body line, and in the end an outside edge, but the keeper could not, keeper rose up way too early and he just couldn't get his gloves to where the ball was. Comes into ball, and it's a aggressive drive, straight to mid-off, dot ball. Comes into bowl. And another aggressive drive, and this time it's going down to the long on boundary, but the fielders will chase it down. The mid-off fielder chases it down. And they only get 1? That's not well run there. Comes into bowl. And leg glanced, but fielded there by the square leg fielder for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and is driven, cover drive, thick outside edge to the point fielder for a dot ball. 2 runs off that. It's 73 for 5. Comes into bowl. Oh! Did not play that ball well. Wasn't sure whether to play a back foot block shot or a back foot drive or the hip glance, and in the end it hit the body, hit the pads, and it bounced down near the batsman's feet for a dot ball. And a new attacking fielder, a silly cover, so now there's a silly cover and a silly mid-off. Sorry, there's a silly mid-on, and then there is a silly mid-off. So silly mid-on and silly mid-off, and a slip. Comes into bowl and left alone. So 3 attacking fielders, then the mid-off and mid-on are pretty orthodox. Mid-wicket is a little bit deep. Square leg is orthodox. No one at fine leg or third man. And it's aggressively hit, and it goes over the head of the fielder at mid-on. He has to run around to stave it from the boundary, and he just does. And they come back for 2. So there's also a big gap at extra cover if he wants to try to play a beat the silly mid off, and the mid on fielder is a bit farther deep. He's about on the fence and he's a bit straighter, so there's a big gap at mid wicket, extra mid wicket as well. Oh well, the batsman had no idea what he was doing there. The ball bounced a lot more than he expected, got the shoulder of the bat, popped up in the air, and the fielder at silly mid-on tried to dive to get his hand underneath it, but couldn't. Drop catch, but great effort. Comes into bowl, and leg glance it, and they go for a single, and they're going to get it. So, drop catch from that over, but I would say that Riverside got the better of that. It's 76 for 5. Well, over the course of the lunch break, the sun has gone behind the clouds, so now there's no direct sunlight, and also those very dark rain clouds, which had been pushed through the wind off into the western area, have now made a comeback, and now so much of the sky presently is occupied by dark clouds. And so it's clear that rain is coming soon, and the question is, will this game end before or after it? Because if the rain comes, then Diamond Creek will get away with a draw. So Riverside want to win this game as soon as possible. Comes into bowl. Oh, not well defended there, but in the end a dot ball. I'm really surprised. These two bowlers do not look that hostile, and yet the Diamond Creek batters are struggling to deal with them. Comes into bowl, and it's aggressively hit, and they're going to try and take the single, and tries to boot it, and they get 1 run there. Bad fielding there costs the team the run, and a little bit of sunlight has now come out. The sun has burst through the clouds. Oh. Comes into bowl, and it's a full toss, driven straight back to the bowler for a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's aggressively driven again straight back to the bowler for another dot ball. Comes into bowl, and this time it's a Yorker. Chops it down for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and drive, but straight to the silly cover for a dot ball. 1 run off that over. It is 77 for 5. So this is the 32nd over. So now, the situation is becoming impossible for Diamond Creek to score the runs. Comes into bowl, and it's cut, and it goes, it's an edge, and it goes down to the backward point region, which the fielder is able to collect it for a dot ball. So, at the start of the innings, to chase down these runs with the remaining overs, assuming you get the full allotment of overs, was about 3.5. Comes into bowl, and it's driven, and the fielder at silly mid off is able to get a hand to it, so the fielder at cover is able to collect it easily for a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and oh, it's a big shot, and it goes over the head of the square leg fielder, and the two fielders, both at square leg and deep mid wicket, have to run around, and it's 4 more. Very good shot there, hitting with the spin, and yes, it is 4. What was I saying? Yes, so currently Diamond Creek are scoring far less than 3, which means that right now, for them to score the runs in the remaining overs, they'll have to score it more than 4 runs per over with only 5 wickets in hand, and so the equation is becoming impossible for them to win the game. So now they've got to think about saving it. Comes into bowl, and it's cut, and it goes through. No, the fielder at cover is able to make some good ground, some good hustle there, and he's able to save it. So a dot ball there, good work. Comes into bowl, and lapped around the corner, and it's a misfield by the backward square leg, and they get 1 run. So 1 ball left in the over, and there's a bit more of a defensive field now. Long on is on the fence. Extra mid wicket is deep, then mid wicket is a bit deep. Well, that's forward square leg actually, and left alone. So, end of the over. It's 82 for 5. Okay, so this is the 33rd over. The spinner is to continue to bowl. They've only used 4 bowlers, Riverside. Just the 2 opening pace bowlers, and now the 2 spinners, and that's it. They must be very confident that these 2 can win them the game. Comes into bowl, and oh, tries to play the pull shot, but doesn't make contact. Dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's aggressively hit, and there it goes to the wide-ish mid-wicket for a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's driven, and they're going to go for the run, and the long on is very deep, so they get an easy run there. And so if Diamond Creek are going to save this game, they're going to have to figure out how to not fall into these traps that these 2 spinners are setting for them. Comes into bowl, and it's aggressively driven back to the bowler for a dot ball. Comes into bowl, and it's cut, and it beats the gap at cover point, or no, sorry, backward point, and they get the 1 run. So the fielder at long on is going back onto the fence. Oh, they're changing it. So silly cover has moved over to silly mid wicket. Short mid wicket. No, wait. Silly mid wicket. Silly mid on. Okay. Comes into bowl, and defended for a dot ball. It's 5 for 84. The Weather Bureau is reporting thunderstorms all across western Victoria, ranging from Geelong. And comes into bowl, and he tries to push at it, and he does not hit the ball down. Instead, he's trying to skew his ball. The bat was vertical, which meant it gave the fielder at silly mid off a chance. Comes into bowl. Tries to play the cut shot. Very late decision, but fielded there by point for a dot ball. So with thunderstorms warnings are all around, the sky is becoming darker and darker. The rain can't be far away. Comes in the bowl and it's driven, but straight to silly mid-off for a dot ball. There is still a long way to go in the day's play, assuming that the full allotment of overs are going to be bowled. Comes into bowl and it's cut. And it's a misfield there by the fielder at cover, and are they going to go for a second? No, they don't. So just the one run there. So they've lost all their running aggression that Diamond Creek had. Comes into bowl and it's an inside edge, and it goes down to the backward square leg fielder for a dot ball. Very well bowled there. He tricked him by giving it a little bit more air, luring in the more aggressive drive shot, and got the thick inside edge. Comes into bowl. Oh, it's a wild shot. That's just ugly. He didn't step towards the ball, he didn't shift his body weight, he just sort of swung his arms where he thought the ball kind of was. 85 for 5. We've got a change of the bowling. So finally, Riverside have brought in their 5th bowler. Looks like another spinner. Then what are they doing? One fielder on the fence at mid-wicket. Other than that, so point is quite deep, cover is orthodox. Here we go. Here, let's see what he can do. Oh dear. And it's driven, and it goes through the gap between cover and mid-off for 1 run. This looks bad. Looks like a leg spinner. Looks like just trying to give him a go here. And it's cut, and it's fielded there by fielder at cover. Well, he's landed the first 2, even though he's got an unusual action. Let's see what he can actually give us. And it's cut again, and this time it beats the fielder, and the mid-off fielder has to run around, and they're going to go for the second. And are they going to take the third on the arm? No, they do not. So just the 2. I think this is, if ever there was a chance to bring on a leg spinner, it would be right now, because the required run rate is leaping upwards, and if Diamond Creek 2 are going to win this game, they have to do it now, and that's a wide. So the chances of the Diamond Creek 2 batsmen thinking that this is their chance for glory might do something utterly foolish, and it might just they might just lose that wicket, which opens up the rest of the innings, and the tail becomes exposed. So these next 2 wickets are crucial for Diamond Creek, because they do not want the tail to be exposed in the last hour of the game. Oh, it's a top edge, and it beats the keeper, and it goes down to short fine leg, and what will the umpire say? It's off the bat. It's off the bat. So the keeper was not able to get his gloves up in the air in time to take the catch, so another run off the bat. And it's an ugly shot, ugly ball, and it's pulled down to the fine leg area. 4 more. Okay, comes into bowl, and played off the back foot. That might have, I think that was the googly, because it seemed to come back at the right-hander. And that's the end of the over. It's 94 for 5. So this is the 36th over. The continuing to bowl of this mixture of right arm off spin and right arm medium. bowl. Oh, whoa dear. Bad shot there. Again, not shifting his body weight in order to actually play the shot through his arms, instead trying to make his arms do all the work. Comes into bowl, and that's much better. It's a drive shot, and it goes too long on for 1 run. So this partnership is worth 24 runs. And the thing is, that even small partnerships like that are something to save the game. Comes into bowl, and it's a leg glance down to fine leg for a dot ball, because the pressure is on Riverside to win this game, because they have a limited amount of time, they have a certain amount of wickets they have to take, so the pressure is on them to take the wickets. Comes into bowl, and it's driven back to the bowler for a dot ball. So if they are unable to find the wickets, then they will not get the points for the win, and they will fall behind the rest of the pack that they're trying to chase. Comes into bowl, and ooh, badly played shot there. Tried to stretch out at it, and in the end, a thick inside edge safely bounced on the onside. So it is 95 for 5.